Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 76th episode of The Ruins of Warsaw. I'm Alexandra and I'm the storyteller.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I turned off my mic.
It's only been
Yeah,
76
that's fine.
episodes.
My name's Dolores and I'm playing Janina of Clan Brua.
Hi, my name is Faye and I'm playing Beatrix of Wozniak of Clan Malkavian.
And as always, we have partners taking care of tech and chat. Thank you, partners. And thank you all so much for joining us for this possibly last, possibly penultimate episode in this chronicle, as things are very quickly drawing to a conclusion. But before we get to that, let's do a recap of what happened last time so that we all know where we are. So, at the start of the previous session, Bea just walked into a room where Lady Leokadia waited for her to speak with her. The complication was that Bea has just remembered that in fact she betrayed Lady Leokadia, sharing with the Camarilla her promise to bring Arek back to the Sabbat, offering that this promise could be used against the Sabbat, and working with the Tremere to make it happen, despite having misgivings and the sympathy that she developed for Arek during the process. Um, Remembering that and faced with this image, Bea froze, um, at which Lady probed her mind and eventually learned of what happened, um, pulling at the threads in the memories that they are forced to the surface, um, to uncover as much as she could about that betrayal and the plan that might be behind it. Um, Following that, she had some revenants restrain Bea in a chair and operated on her for a long time, probing and rearranging her mind and her brain, through which Lady Leokadia restored Bea's memories of mortal life and of life as a kindred, for some time at least, stopping them from fading away. Bea was taken to a room where she stayed for some time, attempting to work through her feelings, suddenly faced with all the loss that she has forgotten, with painful memories, and also with seeing how her lack of memory drove so many of her decisions, now being able to see how it all unfolded, leading her to this moment. Um, she remembered Antoni, she remembered her ghoul, whom she abandoned and forgotten before leaving Hotel Bristol. Um, and while waiting, she also heard here in the mansion of Lady Leokadia voice of Dominic, a Nosferatu friend, who arrived here asking after the lady, and Bea also remembered how she tried to help him um, hold on and not follow the feelings pulling him here, but realized that it didn't help for long enough after she was gone. Um, with these emotions, she left her body to speak to Antoni and found him in the company of a toreador, Stefania, who was making advances to the sheriff. Uh, but after they parted, Antoni spoke with Bea um, and urged her to do what she could to get out of the mansion and get to safety. And during this conversation, with all her memories, Bea decided to run and told Antoni that she would try it and try to hide from sunlight in a building where she previously sheltered with Janina and Isidore and Zoya when they investigated this place for the first time. However, through leaving her body and coming back, Bea drew attention of Lady Leokadia. Despite it, she decided to make a run for it, but didn't succeed and was stopped by Leokadia, who immobilized Bea in her room, leaving her with her thoughts. And next night, Bea was still there. Her memories less detailed, but still holding on largely. Bea still being able to recall many people in her life, her past, her feelings. And there she was visited by Arek, who learned of how he was used and came angry at this betrayal. Feeling a compulsion to push him away, Bea decided to amplify his anger using her gifts, and barely able to control himself, he smashed her head against the wall and hit her face several times, leaving her quite severely bloodied. Meanwhile, Janina arrived at St. Augustine's Church, a known Sabbat haven, with Zimovit, the child of Lady Leokadia. They were greeted there by a beautiful woman who introduced herself as Salomea, who quickly took Janina deeper into the church, welcomed her, and with help of presents, seduced her, and they had sex on a church bench. After that, Salomea took Janina to see the bishop, who decided to speak with Janina alone. He asked her why he was here, and Janina revealed eventually that she was hoping to find Bea. The bishop agreed to take her to Lady Leokadia's mansion the next night, when he was due to pay a visit. And during a very calm conversation, he told Janina more about the Sabbat, about the ancient vampires they were aiming to oppose and fight, and mentioned that Felicia, Bea's sire, was studying these matters and the history of kindred. The bishop didn't mind Janina's irreverence, quite the opposite. He seemed quite fond of her, and also through this fondness, through his gestures and facial expression, in an uncanny way, he reminded Janina of Zygmunt, her deceased primogen, which sometimes put Janina at ease and sometimes was very unsettling. After that, Janina spoke with Nastya, her former lover, who waited for her. Nastya tried to rekindle love or desire in Janina, but Janina was still angry and pushed her away, aiming to hurt her, and eventually drove Nastya into frenzy, after which Nastya, feeling obviously quite hurt, left, and Janina spent the night in the crypt of the church, alone. But she woke up to find Salomea waiting for her, and they had a short conversation during which Salomea questioned Janina on her attitudes towards killing, when it was okay to kill somebody and why Janina had certain hangs up about it, throughout implying that Janina was in denial about her nature. Janina also met with Felicia and Bea, recognizing that Bea was in fact another Malkavian, Irmina, who has taken Bea's face and seemingly replaced her in the eyes of Bea's sire. Despite Janina pushing for Irmina to reveal who she was, she didn't break or drop the facade, and copying Bea to a certain degree, kept commenting on Janina's recklessness and fussing over her. Felicia likewise insisted that this was her child and that Janina must have come across the impostor somewhere, because there was one. She also told Janina how she came across the stories of ancients who were a threat to all kindred and the world, and how that pushed her to get in touch with the Sabbat, to study the history of kindred and learn more, to find answers to the many questions that she now had. And Felicia also suggested that that's something Janina could also do, given her smart mind and curiosity. And following that conversation, Janina left the church with the bishop, Ziemowit, and Nastia, to go to Lady Leokadia's mansion, bishop for an appointment, and Janina with her hope to find the real Bea there. And that was where we ended last time. And we will start with Janina. Janina.
Nechto. He keeps stealing guys. Nechto.
All right?
Yes. Hopefully.
Janina, you are in a car with Bishop, Ziemowit, and Nastia, and a driver taking you all to the south of the city, to the very outskirts of it, where Lady Leokadia has taken residence in a previously abandoned mansion. You see Ziemowit is staring ahead, not looking towards the back of the car where you are. You see that Nastia is very clearly looking away from you, staring out the window, not making eye contact. And Bishop smiles at you from time to time, in a manner really reminiscent of Zygmunt. And what are you thinking about? How are you feeling being here?
I think it's very surreal for me to be in a Sabbat with a car with a Sabbat and not feel threatened. I still feel anger when I look at Ziemowit, and I feel bad for not feeling as much anger as I should be when I look at the bishop, because he also reminds me of Zygmunt, but the fact that he reminds me of him makes me, I guess, gives me comfort. And I feel bad. I'm starting to feel bad for being too mean to Nastia. So I look at her from time to time, and I know that she doesn't look at me, but I still look at her from time to time, and then I just look out of the window most of the time.
You look out the window and you see the ruins of the city passing by as you're driving south. Eventually, the ruins not stop but become less densely placed. More buildings have survived in this area where you are now. There are less blocks of flats, more just houses. And you see fields and small woods, not far away from other buildings, but you are on the very outskirts of the city right now, and you know that you are close to the mansion. Around the time the bishop catches your eye and asks, Janina, I'm curious. And there is something in the way he tilts his head that's very much like Zygmunt, in the way he expresses curiosity. And he asks, is there anyone in the Camarilla that you would like to ensure meets final death?
Let me think. He's bringing the big guns. Who did I hate except for the Toriader, Mikhail?
Mikhail, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there's anyone else that I don't like very much, but
Mr. Cernovsky?
Yeah, but like I don't really care about him. It's more
That's
like
fair.
he's uncomfortable, but like, but I think like Mikhail is like the first person that comes to mind. But I think I just don't say anything because like I feel like I hate him, but not like as much that I would want him to die. Unfortunately, I didn't cross. Not enough people crossed me.
So you just don't reply?
No, I probably say something that I'm not sure that I would have to think about that.
Don't think about this too hard. I'm sure in your heart you already know the answer.
I'm not sure. I'll probably like talk less with him because like we are in the car. Like with
Yeah.
Nastya, I would be fine, but because there's Zimovit,
You see that Zimovit kind of tilts his head as if clearly listening. At
I
this
want him to
conversation.
meet final death.
But you don't say
Yeah,
that.
I'm not saying that. I'm not crazy yet.
So Bishop
Mm,
doesn't push any further. He just smiles at you and nods his head. All right then. Well, if the answer comes to you, you can of course let me know.
Thank you. I will. I reply, but I definitely feel sound a bit like uncomfortable, and less open and comfortable when we were just like the two of us talking.
And soon you arrive at the mansion that you've seen before.
Oh no, my ghoul.
Yes.
This-
Near there you found your Gulhana. You broke in there to free the Minik before.
Yeah, and the fool came right back in.
You don't know this yet.
I know. I don't know, but I know.
Dolores knows.
Yeah, Dolores knows.
You see that
He's angry.
this time there is a couple of ghouls who open the gate for you, and the car drives into the grounds of the house. The driver opened the door, and you can all step out.
Okay, I will step out of the car and just like follow everyone's lead.
You see Zimovit immediately stands, straightens up, and says to the bishop, but glancing to you and Nastya, welcome to our home. He says to the bishop, I'm sure my lady will want to speak with you. and looks to you and Nastya. I will make sure that you are given all the hospitality while staying at her place. And he gestures towards the ghouls who opened the gate and says, please make sure that they are comfortable. And the two ghouls gesture for you and Nastya to follow.
Okay, I follow the ghouls.
Follow.
Awkward silence.
One of the ghouls asks, will you require one room or two?
Two.
You say, as Nastya says exactly the same at the same time.
Mm.
The ghoul just nods, not picking up on or ignoring the tension in there. And then leads you into the house and the corridor with the staircase that you've seen before. The walls are decorated with paintings of dark mountains. And you're led up the stairs to the first floor, where you're each shown to a room.
I enter the room that was designated for me, and I nod at the ghoul and just sit on the bed.
The ghoul asks, do you require sustenance?
Not right now, thank you.
He gives you a bow and leaves. And you are
that's a hotel service.
and you are left in this room. And what's on your mind? How are you feeling?
Weird, uncomfortable. I still can't believe that I'm here, like, and that I'm treated like this. And it makes me so uncomfortable because they're making it hard for me. I hate them as much as I did before. I'm also upset at how I left things with Nastya, because now when she's cold, it makes me sad because I still love her.
Of course you do.
So I just sit there, probably. I don't know, maybe I'll look like around the room and just touch all of the, if there's like any furniture. I don't know, just like to pass time and calm myself.
There is furniture. It's a fairly simple room. There is a bed here, there is a desk and a chair. There is a small wardrobe that is empty, and a window, complete with heavy curtains that you are sure would keep any sunlight away.
Then I'll just recline on the bed and just like, I just feel so confused and lost at like what I'm supposed to do. Right now, I just hope that Bath's safe, and that maybe when we will be reunited, I'll get a clear image of what I'm supposed to do now. It's so gloomy. Sorry.
Wait with those thoughts. Meanwhile, Bea, Arik left you quite bloodied and in pain, lying on the bed, unable to move since your legs and arms have been sealed to your body. You hear footsteps approaching in the corridor. Quite quick, decisive footsteps of two people. And soon after, the door opens. Two of Lady Leokadia's servants step in. They look at each other and quickly reach to pick you up. One of them grabbing your legs, the other grabbing you around the torso. Please roll for self-control.
Immediately forgetting how many dots of self-control I have. What's my difficulty?
7.
I
Not
have
me.
a single 9.
Then you don't start panically thrashing.
I'm definitely not comfortable.
No, you are not. And the ghouls carry you along the corridor and one floor up the stairs, the second floor on the house, where you're taken into a small room. There is no window here. You think it might have been a storage space more than an actual room previously. At the moment, the walls are bare, decorated only by patterns of twisted bones running from the ceiling to the ground. Along each wall, there are stripes like that, form of bones. And you see you being carried towards one such stripe where the ghouls look at each other, exchange some words that you don't understand since they speak a different language, and they are looking at your legs and at your hands that are fused to your body. They discuss something for a moment. Do you wish to do anything? Do you wish to say anything?
I think a lot of the fight has gone out of me now. And so I'm almost just kind of waiting for things to end. So I don't really, I just look at them and they're strangely identical faces, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, they're not fully identical, but they are very similar. They look like brothers, but there's a lot of people here who look very similar like that.
Yeah. So I guess I study their faces. Maybe even look at their auras out of curiosity, but otherwise I don't act.
And roll your perception and empathy with difficulty 8.
Perception and empathy. I should be taking penalties on these. I forgot about that.
You have some penalties, yes.
I do have some penalties. Apologies, I did not do that with the self-control roll.
Oh, you don't have penalties on self-control.
Then I've done everything perfectly so far and nothing was forgotten at any point. Sorry, what was my difficulty here again?
8.
Well, we are off to a fantastic start where I have botched.
You've botched
Yes.
reading their auras.
Yeah.
Then you can't focus and you find yourself looking at them where their auras should be, and you become disturbed. Like you don't understand. It seems like they don't have them. And it is this nagging feeling that confuses you and overwhelms your mind.
Almost brings me back to the nights that I spent in the basement here, where I just felt like the house was almost soaking into me and making me feel wrong. And it just kind of adds to that sensation.
And as you think of that, you begin to feel it again. Just you become aware of the pain and despair feeling displaced somewhere at the edge of your mind. As the ghouls finish their discussion, as one of them pulls out a big knife and moves to just cut your limbs free of your body, which hurts as hell. And please roll your stamina.
How does that work when I have penalties?
You just roll your stamina. There's no penalties on this. Penalties are on the combined rolls.
Gotcha. Is that a 9 or a 6? That is okay. I have a 10 and a 9.
10 and a 9. Then it hurts like hell. Let me just.
How much are they going to fuck me up further?
Oh, it's gonna take 1 damage from it.
Well, not looking great.
You can heal if you so wish.
With my 6 blood pool, I suppose I could. But I don't think I will.
That's fair. They, having freed your limbs that are dripping blood, and they cut through some of your clothing, so it's more like rags than clothing. It's still holding, but it's not in a great shape at all.
Sounds like the rest of me, to be fair.
Yes. They start putting you in a restraints that are affixed to the wall, removing bits of bone that now you feel move. One restraint snaps around your wrist, and a bone pierces through your wrist, holding you in place. The same happens on your other hand, and your ankles. And then a jagged bone is wrapped around your neck. And they look at you, checking the restraints again, and move to leave.
And once they leave and they've stopped touching me, I just sort of slump into the restraints, as much as that hurts. And I go back to thinking about sitting in the home that I built with my husband, about holding my baby boy, rocking him as sunlight was filtering through the windows. Although some of his features are starting to get a little hazy now. But I focus on that memory.
And you hold it for not very long, because soon the door opens again, and you see that Lady Leokadia steps in. She gives you a pretty indifferent look, no emotions clearly reflected on her face, but you can roll your perception and empathy if you're paying attention to her.
I feel like she's a little hard to ignore.
Fair and valid.
No, I have penalties. That's the thing I still need to think about. Perception and empathy. Is my difficulty 6 here?
6, yeah.
Does insightful apply here?
Um,
Oh
I
no, that's an
wouldn't-
8. That's an 8, not a 10.
Okay.
I misread it, so never mind. So 2 successes.
Her face looks completely emotionless.
Fair enough.
I had like 6 successes here.
That'll do it.
So she comes up to you, raising her hand, now not covered by the gloves she often wears. And you see that her fingers, again, you see them ending in this very sharp tips, almost like claws made out of bone. With only a quick glance to your face, she reaches towards your chest and opens it with her hands. You feel your ribs being moved out of place. You feel your muscles being pulled apart as she reaches deeper and deeper towards your heart. And you feel the claws on your heart, not piercing it, not breaking it, but holding, causing pain as another of her hands reaches towards your spine. And you feel the pains spreading through the nerves along your body as her hands move in your torso, in your chest, pulling at the muscles and pulling at the nerves as if they were strings. And it doesn't change you much, but the pain is unimaginable, overwhelming, making it difficult to focus on anything else.
I don't want to give her the satisfaction of screaming, so if I can prevent myself from doing so, I'd like to try.
Then roll for self-control with difficulty 10. You can spend willpower if you want.
No, I don't think I will. Yeah, shockingly, that doesn't work very well. No successes.
Then you scream and scream and scream. And at some point, she stops, looks to you, briefly considers you, and then raises the hand towards your lips, sealing them shut to prevent you from screaming. And back in the silence, goes back to torturing you. And the pain overwhelms you again, clouding everything. You don't know how long it lasts. The time is muddled. It seems to last forever. But eventually, there is a knocking on the door. And one of the servants says something in the language you don't know, to which Lady Leokadia quickly moves a hand on your chest, sealing it, leaving you bloodied in your torn clothes. And she leaves without casting a second glance at you, leaving you there in the darkness of that room.
And as she leaves, I presume I'd already started crying at some point. not even aware when I began. And I just lower my head in exhaustion. And try to think of something else. Just go back to working through some of my memories of the hurt that I've caused, of things that I miss, of Janina and Mara sitting with reading tea leaves in our old haven. Of playing cards with Antoni. Of listening to Roman complain. And of sitting with my mother. No, sitting with Felicia. Because now I know who my mother is. And trying to think of Felicia not as my mother becomes very confusing and hurts in other ways. So I go back to thinking of my son and of Casper. And trying to think of something, anything that brings me some relief. I just want to be with my loved ones again. And I don't imagine I will be. Not in this life, anyway.
And you stay there, with those green thoughts, for a while, in a complete darkness of that room. Janina.
Poor Bea, you're so bad.
You are not far away now, lying on a bed in a room where you are a guest of Lady Leokadia. There is a knocking on the door.
I just get up and open the door.
You see Jemovic standing there. He says, Janina, we didn't get a chance to speak. Salomea stole you very quickly.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I stand there awkwardly for a moment and then just open the door more and invite him in.
He enters. Takes a look around. I'm afraid this is all we have to offer in this place.
It's fine. That's more than enough. Thank you.
If you were to come to our dwelling in the Carpathians, then we could show you real hospitality.
Is it fancy?
I suppose you could say that.
Nice.
So, how are you finding your time with us?
Surprisingly peaceful. Freeing. I guess I don't know how to explain. I didn't expect to feel like this.
Well, you're welcome here. So you have nothing to fear.
Thank you.
I wouldn't say we're peaceful people, but then neither are you.
That's fair, I guess.
And he says it obviously as a compliment. You see that with certain admiration.
I give him like a bit of a smile, but unlike with the bishop, I'm a bit more uncomfortable with Ziemovic. So, I think all of my interactions are like a bit more forced because I try to seem like I'm fine. At the same time, I'm not as good of an actor.
Well, let's see. Roll your manipulation and subterfuge. Difficulty
Okay.
6. And I'll roll for Ziemovic.
I have 3 successes, 7, 8, and 9.
Then he doesn't seem to pay much attention.
Have you by any chance, is Bea here? I was told she might be here.
He gives a sort of short laugh. And what someone as resolute like you could possibly want with someone so prophetic?
She's my sister. We have emotional bond. We are different, but we care about each other.
I understand that. And you see what he does, that like he doesn't mock it. He acknowledges it. I understand. But you shouldn't let yourself be burdened by the family members who are too weak to support you in return. I'm sure she wouldn't want to be a burden to you. It is like that sometimes with family.
I don't know what to say to him about this.
What do you feel when you hear this?
I don't think Bea's a burden. Like in the Camarilla, I felt like I was the burden. Like that she had to clean things after me, after all my messes. And so when he says this,
wouldn't get that.
yeah, and when he says that, it's just, is this how Bea felt? So, but I don't think like she's a burden. It's hard for me to think like that because it's just not how my brain works. So to me, she's family. So even if we are different and we have like differences, we have each other's back. And maybe she couldn't save me like in physical fights and stuff, but she could always help me with her brain, with the way she talked to people. And so I really don't think she's a burden. But I'm not like as comfortable speaking as intimately with Ziemovic, so I just like say something in like acknowledgement that maybe, but that she's still family to me.
You should know that she's a traitor to my lady and my clan. You should forget about her.
Okay, when he says that, I think like anxiety rises up.
She is done for. Her fate is to suffer for all eternity.
Is there anything I can do to help her, to help the lady change her mind and give her another chance? Apologize.
She had her chance. She squandered it in a most vile betrayal.
Okay, I think at this point, like Janina is stressing and is anxious because can I at least see her? I mean, Bear.
Considers it for a moment. Do you want to roll perception and empathy on him?
I think like at this moment, I'm not as much concentrated
Okay.
on like him because like
Mhm.
I'm stressing and like
Okay.
I'm panicking a bit, but for
That
her,
makes sense. Then he's silent for a moment, thinking. And then he says, perhaps, if that will help you let go of the one you cannot help, I
Yes.
will speak to my sire
Thank you.
and ask.
And I just unless like he stays and
No,
wants to like
he
talk.
moves to leave.
Okay. In that case, I just like go to the window and I if the curtain is still like closed, I will just like open it and open the window because like I need like some fresh air. And I just wish like that there was like someone else, someone smart like Bear who would help me to make decisions right now. um, and I'm so and I just don't know what to do.
And you
Because
look outside. Sorry, continue.
if I can save her, then I just can't go back in the Camarilla anyway. Because like I wouldn't be able to look Anthony in the eyes. So yeah. So I'm having a mild panic attack.
And you look out the window, you see the garden covered in snow, the dark wall of trees of the woods beyond the grounds, and the clear starry sky on this dark, moonless night. Meanwhile, Bear, you're there in the darkness with your thoughts. You hear some movement outside. Not quite like going into the room, but you think maybe in the room adjacent.
If I could enhance my hearing.
You can, of course, roll your perception and alertness. Sorry, my brain froze there for a moment.
Still have penalties. Oh,
With
difficulty 7.
difficulty 7.
I have 1-9. So
Then you recognize the voices. Well, you recognize the voice of Lady Leokadia. And there is another voice, which I don't believe you've heard before. Lower male voice. And you don't hear exactly the conversation, but you hear the man talk about Lady Leokadia's revenant. And you hear her say with insistence that the priority is the utter eradication of Clan Tremere. And you hear the man say, as soon as the prince is dead. And you hear the names of some of the elders mentioned It's not a tense conversation as such, but there's definitely opposing agendas there. The discussion goes on who gets to kill and diablerize whom, and who is the priority target. At some point, you hear Arek's name mentioned. And you hear the man say something in response, but you can't exactly hear what. You hear your own name mentioned and the word traitor. And you hear the man reply, as suspected, and something else. Well, how are you feeling through this conversation?
Almost sort of detached from it. Just exhausted. And like I'm listening just because it's something to do. And if there's any names of people that I recognize and have any strong feelings towards, then maybe there's some sort of consideration there. But certainly if it's a lot of the Primogen Council, then there's not really much strong feelings there. Just kind of hollow, really.
The conversation continues, and then your name is mentioned again. And soon after, you hear footsteps, and the door opens to the room where you are. And you see two girls step in. You think the same ones that carried you here before. And they take you out of the restraint, not unnecessarily violently, but not really caring to be gentle either. And they hold both your arms and start leading you with them out of the room. Do you walk or are you just limp?
I think I will try to walk as much as I can.
You manage to walk. They're not necessarily walking very fast. You can take the steps. You see, as you step into the corridor, there is a blood dripping from your legs and your hands. And you're leaving a trail of it behind you as you're taken to the room next door. And you're led in. And you see Lady Leokadia standing there. And in front of one armchair, and in the other armchair, sitting a man in a priest's robe with a black collar, with very dark eyes, very pale face, and salt and pepper hair. And you're led inside. Meanwhile, Janina. It is quiet around. You're there in a room, anxious.
Yes, I think by this point I probably just sit on the floor, like hugging my legs, and I'm just trying to think how I could help Belle. Like, I guess I remember I knew the plan that she told me eventually what she's going to do with Arek and stuff.
Yeah.
So I figured that's that they like found it out and stuff. So I'm trying to think about the whole, like, what I could do but I feel like I'm frozen, and my mind is just racing, and I'm scared for her, that I won't be able to save her, and I don't want her to suffer eternally. So I think I'm just like very nervous, and it's hard for me to just come up with something smart and, I don't know, intelligent for a moment. I just want to hug her.
Do you stay in the room?
I think I do, because like I don't feel comfortable just like walking around there unsupervised. I will just stay in the room. Maybe I could like, if I know that Nasty's like in the room, some of the room like nearby, then I'll maybe try to go there and knock.
You hear? Yeah, you've seen which room she was
Okay.
given. You hear her move inside the room and say, yes, come in.
I opened the door slightly and just like peer in, so she could see that it's me. And I ask if I can come in.
You see the coldness in her eyes. But she says, she nods her head.
Okay.
Just says, come in.
Okay, in that case, I close the door behind me as I walk into her room. And is she sitting like on a bed, or is she like standing?
She's standing now. She stood up.
Okay. I come up to the bed and I like sit on it and just say that I'm sorry that I hurt her, that I was stupid. I was mad and also overwhelmed with everything that happened, being at the Sabbat and stuff like that.
She nods her head and says, and she looks less cold now. I know you're angry. I understand.
I guess I wanted to hurt you. But now when you look at me so cold, it hurts. It hurts so much.
Well, you succeeded. I was hurt.
Sorry.
And she moves closer to you, not quite touching you, but moving closer.
I'm not asking us to rekindle our relationship, but I want us to be friends and to stay in each other's lives.
I'd like that.
I need a friend right now.
What's going on?
And I guess, well, now when we like made up, I will just explain what happened with Bea, and that I don't know what to do. That I can't let her suffer. That I need to find a way to help her somehow. Like I don't know what stage she's in, and that they may maybe let me see her.
They might, but
What would you do
see, she considers.
if it was me? As long
I'd
as
burn or mold to ashes everyone who stayed between me and you to get to you and take you with me to safety. And she says that with this absolute conviction. I would not hesitate at anything. Do you care for her that much?
I do care. I'm just, I don't know, I just feel so strange. Because like normally I would, if I just found out what happened, I just came here, I would kill everyone just to save her. I don't know. I feel like there has to be like another way, because like I thought Sabbat was like uncivilized, like beasts, but everyone's treating me so well, so polite. So I think there might have to be another way. I don't know. I have to see her. And it's a situation. I don't know. I really don't know what to do.
I don't know, Janina. We are people, like you, but I don't know if the voivode and her child will let go of someone who, well, they feel wronged them.
I know, but
And I know she's thinking and starts pacing around the room. Bishop won't help with this.
I know.
He needs them.
I understand. I guess we'll see. I just hope I get to see her.
You might, but well, let's see what happens then.
Yeah. And I just lean into her and hold her hand. Just
And she holds you in her arms.
Yeah. And so I just let her comfort me while I'm just anxious little ball.
And you stay like that. Meanwhile, there. You're taken into this room, and the revenants are still holding you. The bishop and Lady Leokadia glance at you, but barely. And soon after you, Arik comes into the room. And you see, following him is Ivan, who accompanied Lady Leokadia. You see him looking to Arik as he leads him in. And Arik is looking nervous, but clearly straightening himself, wanting not to show weakness. You see the glance he gives Ivan, and there's this trust there and admiration in his face that he's not even hiding. And Ivan smiles with encouragement and says, "Go on, young one. They will help you." And then Eric glances around the room and bows to Lady Leokadia, who gives him a kind smile. The bishop gives him a kind smile. And then Eric's eyes fall on you. And there is the flash of anger and hurt. How are you feeling?
Sad. I'm remembering the times that we shared together before he betrayed our coterie. I'm remembering about him comforting me, about me comforting him when I thought I was trying to save him. I feel self-disgust. And I'm still, I feel the pain of the people that he took from me. I don't think it justifies what I did to him. I'm just confused. But if he's angry at me, then he's less likely to show what the Sabbat would view as weakness. So I'm glad that he hates me as much as it hurts. And as much as it hurts to look at him.
And you look at him and you see this hurt and anger there for a split second. And then his eyes glaze over. And he starts walking towards you after a pause. Comes up to you, looks at you, looks you deep in the eyes and says, Bea, do we suffer less when we place our head submissively under the knife of a guillotine? Roll your perception in occult. Difficulty 8.
I have 1-8.
You have 1-8, then you hear the words, and for a moment, you feel someone reaching to you through them. A familiar person, some hopeful, warmer intention, hidden beyond ruthlessness and coldness. And you get the sense of fire and destruction and hurt and betrayal. And you are vaguely aware that everyone is confused. The bishop more insistently tells to Arik, come here. And you're partially there and partially somewhere else. And you see Mr. Cernovsky looking into your eyes, speaking the words and making you forget the order buried in your head, telling you to leave your body and come to him when you hear those words spoken by Arik. Do you have 5 willpower to resist the command?
No, I don't.
Then roll your perception and awareness.
Oh, God.
With difficulty 6, and spend 1 willpower to leave your body.
Perception and... God, how does maths work? Perception and awareness and... Sorry, you said something else after that.
Spend 1 willpower to leave your body. Difficulty 6.
Okay.
So much, such a twist.
Well, that's working with Clantremere for you.
Sorry. I have okay. I have 2 9s and 2 10s.
Then you feel yourself detaching from your body as you are still aware of Arik coming up to the bishop, suddenly confused and nervous. You see this nervousness and confusion and fear in his eyes. And he glances towards Ivan and Lady Leokadia for reassurance, and the bishop's gestures for him to come closer. But you leave your body. And how are you feeling seeing this, realizing all this?
Confused and frightened and angry and partially relieved to not be in my body anymore, but am I still partially there? Sorry, or am I fully?
You're sort of partially, you're just
Yeah.
leaving.
I guess I'm actually frightened of the consequences of me leaving my body, actually, as much as this part of me that had given up. There's still this fear of not being totally there. But there's also, it's confusing.
You leave your body and you don't go far, and you are in a car parked not far from here. You see Mr. Cernovsky sitting there in a car next to another Tremere whom you've seen, the very pale one with blonde hair, very thin, almost malnourished. And that pale man is holding a radio device. And they've both looked at you. And you see him press something on the radio device.
I'm just confused. So I'm kind of just looking around and taking in what's happening.
You're taking in what's happening. Sorry, I actually messed it up. They do actually look to you, and you feel them look into your thoughts as well. And you see them look at the scene. That is my mistake fully. That is what happens. You feel them look at the scene in your mind of Bishop and Arek coming towards the Bishop. And that is when the thin, malnourished Tremere presses something on the radio device, and you observe what's happening, and you're pulled back into your body, and you see with somewhere at the edge of your consciousness as Arek's chest is torn open by the explosion, and you feel the heat, and the hurt and the immense force blasting in your body as the pain of it and shock of it pulls you back towards it. What flashes through your mind in that moment?
I'm scared for Arik.
And with the fear for Arik, please roll your stamina. Before you do that, or after you've done that, do you want to spend XP on a dot of fortitude, given your Ventro Vitae that you've been drinking?
I have sipped quite a bit of Ventro Vitae at this point. Sure.
Then spend 10 XP, and you can roll one extra die.
I'm just gonna write that down somewhere else because I'm not doing maths right now.
That's fine.
Okay. And oh god, sorry, I knocked over the dice I just had. I think I had one success there, but I can re-roll them again.
That's fine. So how much do you have?
I think I had one success currently, and I'm rolling another dice now.
Okay.
What was my difficulty?
6.
Normal
soak roll.
That is 2 successes.
2 successes. How much damage do you have?
I'm at mauled, so I've got 2 boxes left.
Right.
Yeah.
So you will take this remaining 2 boxes of damage.
Okay.
And you feel the immense force and heat blast into your body as the ground shakes. And you feel this fear for Arek, and everything turns to black. Janina, you're sitting with Nastya, who is comforting you. As the house shakes, and you feel the both of you lose your balance. Roll your dex and celerity and athletics.
Well, like 4 or 5 successes. 4, because I had like 1.
4 successes.
Mhm.
Then you manage to stay on the bed. Nastya is thrown off, maybe because she was holding you, maybe because she moved in a sudden way. She falls back and rolls onto the floor as the whole house shakes, and you hear this thundering sound of an explosion somewhere here in the house.
In that case, I just
And
instinctively reach for Nastya.
you instinctively reach for Nastya, and you start smelling smoke as you see the flames, not just coming from the direction of the explosion, but coming from the outside, setting on the walls. And I think this is the great time for a break.
Oh my god! Well, that was such a twist. Like I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And the arc explodes. Like for a moment, I thought Bear is gonna explode. So.
No.
Good news, we both exploded.
Oh my god! That
Well,
was
thank
so
you,
epic.
everyone. I hope you're enjoying it. We will be back to see what happens in about 15 minutes. So please stay with us, and we will see you after the break.
Bye.
And welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for staying with us. And let's jump right back in with Janina. You're reaching towards Nastya. She's on the floor. She banged her head, but doesn't appear to be much hurt. You weren't that close to the center of the explosion, although you see that some of the like parts of the paint of the ceiling have fallen down in your room as well. And you definitely hear things breaking, creaking, and collapsing as you feel the smoke raising. Nastya looks to you.
And I just like extend my hand.
She
so
takes your hand, stands up.
Let's see what's going on and find Bear. I don't want to leave without her.
She was. They mentioned they were gonna interrogate her. The bishop
do you know
lady.
where?
I presume where the explosion was.
Okay. Are you okay to go there, or do you want
I'm all
to
right.
go to
Let's
safety?
Go.
Okay. And I just hold her hand and we run together.
And you run
sound.
outside. And you see, as you go to the corridor, that part of the house has collapsed on itself. The part where the rooms above you were in an upper extension of the house has caved in and broke through the floor and the staircase, which is smashed in front of you. You see the smoke rising from the flames that are beginning to surround the house. In front of you, on that pile of rubble, you see some broken furniture. You see some wood. You start hearing gunshots outside and some shouting.
If there is like a window so I could look outside, I would look. If not, I'm going to continue to try to.
You can run to the end of the corridor and look outside the window.
Okay, I'll do that.
Nastya follows after you.
In case
and
like
as you approach the window, you feel the heat and you feel the smoke getting thicker. And you want to look out the window and you see the flames rising that have been lit around the house, beginning to devour it from outside. And as you're looking at the flames, please roll for courage with difficulty 7. And I'm going to roll for Nastya.
Okay. I have 3 successes.
Have 3 successes. So you manage to control yourself. You feel something inside you wants to run, but you are staying in control.
What about Nastya?
Nastya
give
as
her a
well.
look.
Nastya is
Okay.
standing there. She looks a bit more shaken, but she's holding on.
Okay.
Janina, we need to go. We need to act now.
Okay, let's go.
I
And
need to find the bishop.
And I need to find Bear. And I guess we're both going to the same direction. And we hold hands and reach, unless like if we are close to the explosion, to the room where they were interrogating.
Well, there isn't a room anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
So you
That's
start
fair.
running towards the place that got most destroyed, where the floors have collapsed on themselves. You see some wood planks are sticking out. There are places where there's a gaping hole going down to the ground floor. Some of the wood planks still standing. You smell blood around. You see in the rubble bodies of some of the ghouls just lying there.
Well, I'm trying to look just for Bear, so my eyes. So I just look. Like if there was someone like who was like alive and needed like a hand to get up, then I would like stop and like help them. But if they are like already unconscious, I just scan them with my eyes and look past them because I'm looking for Bear.
So you're looking for Bear. You start running towards the rubble. Roll your dex and athletics and celerity again as you're moving on this very uncertain ground of a collapsing house. The smoke is beginning to fill the air. It is pretty dark, except for the light coming from the flames outside.
Okay, what was the difficulty?
Difficulty will be 8.
Okay, in that case, I have 3 successes, 2 9s, and 10.
You have 3 successes, 2 9s, and 10. I'm gonna roll for Nastya. Okay, right. I'm not rolling well for Nastya. So you're jumping to get to the rubble. You're holding Nastya's hand. But at some point, a wooden plank breaks under her leg, and you both lose balance because she's been holding you. And she lets go of your hand and falls deeper into the broken rubble as you're standing there balancing.
Okay, I will like. Can I see her if I look down?
You do. You can see her.
Is she okay? Are like flames around her?
You see that there's no that many flames there. She's now on the ground floor.
Okay, so she could like run out of the house if she wanted to.
Possibly. She starts gathering herself, looking up at you. And you hear gunshots, and she looks at you, and she looks ahead. And then you see her take out a knife, look to you, just nod to you in this sort of shouting, "Go!"
Okay, I will tell her, be safe. I love you.
I love you. And then she
outside.
runs with a knife at someone on the ground floor as you're staying up, trying to get to this place where the floors have collapsed.
Okay. I'm worried about her, but I know that she can take care of herself. And she has a knife, and I have to try to find Bea, so I keep moving.
You keep moving, and roll your perception and alertness. Difficulty 7.
Okay, 2 successes. 2
successes. So you see in front of you, as you're approaching the pile of rubble, and it's dark, you step on what you think is a leg that has been torn off, a body. You step on what remains of filigree, bone-like decorations that decorated some of the upper floors of the house. And you see in front of you, on the other side of that pile, a large silhouette of Ivan, who is covered in dust, fragments of wood sticking in his sheepskin coat that is torn. But he doesn't appear to be much hurt himself, as he is digging through the fragments of rubble.
I'll look at him.
And he looks at you, gives you a nod.
I will nod at him as well.
And keeps digging.
And I look around.
You look around. Roll. Do you start digging yourself?
I'll first look before I start digging.
Then roll your perception and alertness with difficulty 9.
Well, it's a botch.
It's a botch. You can't see anything.
Okay, well.
There's like dark smoke all around you. There's fire. There's gunshots. You hear the howling and angry barking of dogs outside. You're looking around, trying to find any sign of Bea. You don't see it, but you do see Ivan move some rubble away. And he lifts out of the rubble Lady Leokadia in a red dress. You see her body is covered in blood that is dripping on her gold hair. You see some shrapnel stuck in her body. She's conscious. And you see Ivan give you a glance, wrap his arms around her, lifting her, pulling her close as she shelters against him. And then he runs towards fire that is spreading, sheltering her with his body.
Okay, I'll let them leave, and then I continue around, like a similar like distance where Ivan was, and I continue, like try to like reach under the rubble everywhere and see if I can like touch someone and find like a body.
So you could start doing that, involve your perception and alertness. Difficulty 8, because you're actually digging through.
Okay, well, that's better.
You can always spend willpower, but you don't. Okay, there's no need. So you dig through this, and at some point, your hand catches at something, and you mean to just pull it to the side, but you realize it's red hair that you know from Bea.
Okay, I just start digging more, and I just uncover all of her, hoping she's in one piece.
So you uncover Bea, who is in torpor. You see her body covered in blood. You see parts of her hair, and her dress is, and the clothes are basically in shreds, soaked in blood. There are bruises on her face. There is a wound on the back of her head. Her whole body is mauled and bleeding. There's bits of shrapnel sticking out of it, cut deep.
Can I give her my blood so she could be awake?
Of course you can.
Then I'll do that. I open her mouth and give her my blood, enough to awake her and like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How much blood do you have?
Unmute. I have 6 currently.
Out of?
12.
Then roll your self-control with difficulty 6 as kindred vita starts pouring into your mouth.
It's the sister good stuff.
It's the sister good stuff.
It's family.
Oh yeah, I love the taste of family in the evening. That's a 7 and an 8.
Okay. Then you don't frenzy.
Shocking, really.
How much blood do you give Janina? A
Um,
blood point is enough to wake Bea up.
I would, well, considering her like state, I will give her at least 3.
So Bea, you feel the blood pouring into you. You are incapacitated. You can heal.
I think I kind of open my eyes first, sort of taking in the surroundings, and see Janina's face, and I'm so surprised. I almost go to try and talk, but I think my mouth is still shut.
Your mouth is still shut. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you would see. Bea's mouth.
But
is
how
still
I would
shut.
like feed her my blood if her mouth is shut?
Let's get creative.
It's
I will-
fine. You can toy it open. It's fine.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I forgot about that, but good call.
Don't worry, we'll figure out a solution. I think just with the ripped open, there's this sort of cry of pain. I think is the first.
And I just tell, don't speak. I'm here. I'll save you, and just hold me. And I just like pick her up so she could like wrap her arms around me, and then I'll get up and start to run towards where I think the nearest exit is, outside.
Yeah, you are picked up by Janina. Do you heal any of the?
If I could heal, how? Sorry, I'm presuming the last 2 damage I took were God, I've forgotten any of the words for the damage
No,
types. The
they're
bad
just,
one.
they're just regular,
Okay.
damage.
In which case, is it 2 points of blood to heal 2?
No, yeah, two heal. Yes, one blood point to heal 1 damage.
Yeah. Actually, I might just spend the 3 that I just got given, and take myself back to mauled rather than incapacitated.
So you're healing,
and I think that's what, like, as I'm starting to heal, like my hand is sort of resting on Janina's chest, and it's starting to become like my grip starts getting a bit firmer, and I sort of wrap it slightly around the short collar that she has.
You do, and you see around you the rubble, the fragments of bone, the smoke filling the air, the smell of fire, and you see fire around you as the house is being engulfed in flames, which spreads around the wooden construction. And please roll your self-control.
Oh no.
Can I spend willpower on this?
Yes, I'm gonna say difficulty 8 because you're in it. It's one of the first things
That's
shock
fair.
you see.
Wake up! Everything's awful.
Okay, but you can of course spend willpower.
I didn't actually need to give. Oh no, that's not. Well, I have 3 successes plus so 4.
Then you're in control. You control yourself. You feel something in you wants to recoil from it. But
leaning further into Janina, but I'm in control.
I'm just telling Belle to close her eyes and that we'll be safe soon.
I just kind of nod, and I'm trying to hold back a sob.
And you start carrying Belle on this collapsed rubble. Janina, roll your dex, celerity, athletics with
I'm
difficulty
spending
7
the willpower.
because you're carrying Bea.
Okay, what did you say? Dexterity?
Dexterity, celerity, and athletics.
Okay. What was the difficulty?
Difficulty was 7.
Okay, then I have 3, 10, 8, and 7.
Damn.
Then you're very skillfully, very nimbly are moving on this shifting rubble, not collapsing, as everything here is just a shifting pile of fragments of the house and furniture and bodies.
I wish I was like this in real
Among
life.
them. How much blood does each of you have?
I have 7 now after I had Belle.
And Bea?
I'm back at 6 after healing.
Back at 6. So Bea, you feel this hunger tugging at you again.
I'm just trying to stay still in Janina's arms.
And as you're carrying Bea, Janina, you suddenly hear someone saying, "Help! Help!"
Who is it?
you
I will
see-
look around.
one of the ghouls who has been trapped under part of a collapsed ceiling as the fire is spreading around, reaching towards you with fear in his eyes.
Well, if I can help lift him or like remove the thing that's trapping him, then I'll do it while holding Bear.
You can't do it while, or actually, roll your strength, potence, athletics.
You don't know me. I'm
gonna
spending
give you
willpower.
difficulty 9 if you want to do
Okay.
it while holding Bear.
Yes, I will, because I spent the willpower. And what did you say? A potence?
Potence, strength, and athletics.
Athletics, and where is the strength? I have to reroll one dice because I didn't have enough. Okay, what did you say? A 9? Okay,
9.
then 2 10s and 1 from the willpower. So 3 successes.
So you lift the ceiling that has collapsed, allowing the man to crawl out with absolute fear in his eyes. And you see that one of his legs is clearly broken, the bone is sticking out. There is a smell of blood and bear.
Oh no.
Please roll for self-control, difficulty 5, as you
Well,
feel you could
second
feed
dinner
from this man.
Oh dear. Oh no. Sorry, difficulty 5. Sorry, what was the
Yes,
difficulty?
5. Did you fail that?
No, despite rolling 2 1s, I have 1 success left. So I'm just about in control, but barely.
You see this man crawling out, and you're so hungry.
Yeah. I'm just kind of holding myself together and still kind of clinging to Janina, but kind of staring at his wounded leg, I guess.
I just tell him to, if he can follow us, but I can't like hold him as well. I'm not Superman.
You basically are.
Both.
He's nodding his head. And starts kind of looking. You think that he's like barely registering what you're saying, but is trying to find a way to go. As are you. And there isn't an obvious way to go. Around you, around the entrances, there's fire. There is a part that has collapsed. There is a part on the ground, like the way towards the ground floor, where Nastya has gone.
Yeah.
You can try to climb up.
Is there like a way to break a window from, or is everything
really,
is like,
because the fire is coming from the outside, as if it has been set around the house.
Okay, all right. I thought it was just like from the explosion.
No. It's coming from the outside.
I know
there's more going on.
There's
here.
also like the basement that I remember that was here somewhere. So
you can try to find the entrance to the basement.
I probably, if the guy is like with us, I will ask him if there's like the quickest way downstairs.
No, and he's kind of gesturing to the chaos around you.
Okay, can I break the floor with like some object?
Or your fist.
Or my fist.
I mean, you can try to break the floor where you are, yes.
Yeah, okay. In that case, I'll try to do that.
Roll your strength.
I will put Bear down for this.
And potence with difficulty 8. It's already partially destroyed.
Okay, so I have 2 successes. Oh, I expect more, but at least that.
So you have 2 successes, and you start breaking through the floorboards here. You better see that this is what Janina is doing. She just starts breaking through the floorboards, trying to get you to the ground floor.
Could I... sorry, could I try to astral project to Mr. Cernovsky in the hopes I can see what the house looks like from the outside?
Sure you can.
Cool.
I thought you're gonna ask him, wait, we are there. Like if he would care.
Nah, I'm just looking for the outside of the house. I'm assuming we're on our own here. He blew me up. Or if I can just look at the outside of the house, then that would also be feasible. But
you can project. Well, you can do either. You can project.
I'll go for the outside of the house then.
Outside of the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Then roll. Spend a point of willpower.
Okay. And then perception awareness.
Sorry, I froze there.
Yeah, no
Perception
worries.
and awareness, difficulty 6.
Yeah, no worries. I was just staring at my sheet going, there's some skills here. What do they do? Oh, well. Okay. I've got 2 8s, a 9, and a 10.
2 8, a 9, and a 10.
I think 4.
Then you leave your body, going completely limp. And you see the house from the outside. You are outside the house. You see there's some cars parked outside. You see the house is engulfed in flames. Not all of it is burning, but you can clearly see that fire has started from the outside walls. You see that the walls are for the most part still standing and on fire, and then there is a gulf in the house where the upper extension has collapsed. Some of the windows have been, most of the glass in the windows is gone in the house right now.
Right.
You see there are some of the revenants running out. Some are shooting guns at some people who are closing in. You think you see Zoya with a saber and a gun in another hand, going in looking for somebody. You think you see somewhere there Lucian Topolsky running straight into the house and into the fire. You see the Tremere that you saw with Mr. Cernovsky in the car step into the burning house through the flames as if it was nothing.
If there's any part of the house that looks like it's less on fire or would be a sort of escape route, I'm trying to take note of that. I do register Lucian running in. And it does sort of remind me that, oh my God, Dominic is there. Sorry, my brain went blank for a second. So I'm looking for somewhere externally. If I happen to see Dominic while I'm there, then that's great. Yeah, sorry. I'm looking to see if there's an obvious escape route for us.
There is
a more
not.
obvious. Okay.
Roll your perception and alertness with difficulty 8.
I have 1 success.
So you think the entrance to the basement would be buried under all the rubble.
Right.
So that's not the best escape route. You think you're better off trying to get to the other side of the house near the main entrance. There is some needing to cross bits that will be on fire involved there. But it is like the opposite side to the one which got explosion and the flames.
Okay.
And the center, like sort of the center that didn't collapse of the house is not on fire yet. But it's spreading. You think going in that direction would involve less needing to actually break through fire.
Okay.
But with one success, you don't see a sign of Dominic.
That's fair. Okay. In which case, Lucian's already got in. That's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where Dominic is. I don't know how this works with my current astral state. Can I go to something else from where I am, or would that be another willpower being spent? Or
I'm
do I have
gonna
to go back
let
to my
you do
body?
it with a roll, but not with spending willpower. So I'm gonna ask for another roll, and we'll come to you. Meanwhile,
that's fair.
Janina, you're breaking through the wall. You manage to like get some of the floorboards out. You glance to Bea and see she's completely limp, just lying there.
I'll stop and I just shake her if she's okay, because I'm worried like that she went back to torpor. I don't know. And if I don't recognize that she's like astral projecting, then I'll continue because like try to wake her because I'm worried.
Roll intelligence and occult. Or actually, roll perception and occult.
I have no occult,
with difficulty 7.
It's a botch. No, it's not. It's not a botch. It's just not the success.
Okay,
because I had
not
8 and 1.
Okay, so you don't know what's wrong with her. Something's wrong.
Okay.
She's not moving.
Okay, but like waiting and it won't help anything. So I just like continue to try to get us one floor down.
Okay. So you
but
start
I occasionally
doing that.
like glance.
And you manage to break through the floor enough to squeeze through.
Okay,
Bea
I will
and jump.
Yeah, I will probably first like let the guy. I will help him. Like I will extend my other hand to like help him to climb down, and then I will take Bea back and go down myself.
So he like goes down, and then you jump down carrying Bea. Meanwhile, Bea, where do you want to go?
I know that I can't see Dominic, but can I go to him through this? I couldn't remember. Does it have to?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you for another roll. So roll your perception and awareness with difficulty 6 again.
Difficulty 6.
But you don't need to spend willpower again.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna decide that this was to leave your body, and that's enough.
Okay, that's fair. I have 2 successes then.
Okay. In which case you move through. You don't know where. You don't know how, and you do see Dominic. He is lying in the rubble. He is not fully like crushed, but there is a bit of ceiling that has collapsed, pinning him down. From seeing, you think the room where he was has collapsed with the ceiling, and he is now trapped underneath some of that. And you see the fire around is beginning to approach as he's looking around frantically.
I sort of, out of instinct, just yell for Lucian, and then kind of remember the fact that I don't have a body right now. So I guess I end up trying to note where he is and looking around. And I don't know whether I can keep doing this, but I'm going to then try and go to Lucian.
You can. try to go to Lucian.
Then us traveling.
Yeah.
So roll again.
Okay. Difficulty 6 or harder?
Difficulty 6, yeah. It's the distance.
Yeah.
And things are not very
Oh,
far
that's
away now.
many successes. Like 4, 4 successes.
So we'll get to you. Janina, you have jumped
Okay.
down.
I assess the situation, house like with fire.
You are now in a room you think that used to be maybe like one of the, when you were sneaking around here with Lucian, one of the rooms you might have walked into on the ground floor.
Okay.
You think a
Okay.
storage space that you see there is like a dead body there that must have been brought there earlier. You see there's like blood stains on the floor. You feel the smell of blood. You feel the smoke, but this place right now is not on fire yet. Do you wish to feed?
Yes, I was just like asking if like the body, if it has blood.
There will be some blood in there, yes.
I think I will feed because I fed Bea and I would give her more, but she's not here right now, so it's her
Please
fault.
leave a message
She's not
after the tone.
getting second dinner. So I will just put her down for a moment and just try to feed from the dead body.
No problem at all. I think because it's not like a freshly killed body, but a bit older one, you can get up to 6 blood points out of it.
Okay. Well, that's still enough because I had 7 and I think I have like 12 on
12
my
is
blood
your
pool.
maximum, yeah.
So I'm on maximum right now, so that's good.
Then you feed until you're full.
Okay. Yeah. And then I just like put Bea back in my arms. And if the man waited like for me to finish feeding, then I'll open the door and just try to, if it's not like currently in flames here.
It's not in
where
flames. As you open the door,
Yeah.
you see more smoke comes into your
I'll
nostrils, hits you.
come.
You see the ghoul that is kind of following you starts coughing and coughing.
Okay. I'll tell him to just like wrap his, at least like something like in front of his mouth so he like could breathe better, and I'll try to move towards the where I know the exit is.
So you start moving towards there. Meanwhile, Beatrice.
Yep.
You rolled already.
I did. I got 4 successes, I believe.
So you move to Lucian. And you see him, a saber in his hand as he's standing in a house. There are flames around spreading. He's standing in a bit of a corridor. And you see opposite him, Ivan, with his claws out. And they are in the middle of a fight. You can barely register Lucian's movement as he moves, cutting across Lucian's body. Some of the blows Lucian Ivan parries with his claws. Some reach his chest or his arm, leaving marks through his clothing, cutting through it, ripping it to shreds. There is a bit of bleeding, but he doesn't appear to be much affected. And behind them, you see Lady Leokadia holding a body of the revenants, drinking, not paying much attention. You see the determination on Lucian's face, the absolute focus and anger as he glances over Ivan's shoulder occasionally to Lady Leokadia.
Does he see me at all? I presume he's probably pretty preoccupied.
I'm gonna roll. Who knows?
Who knows?
He does notice you out of the corner of his eye, and I'm gonna have to make another roll for him actually. So yeah, no, one more dice. Okay, he notices you while shielding himself with his saber from the claws, as Ivan almost casually reaches for him, still, you think, not giving it his everything.
In which case, I simply point in the direction that Dominic is, because I think he's busy. But I just point, say Dominic's name, and then I return to my body.
You see an acknowledgement in his eyes as you leave. He turns back to Ivan with the saber, and you don't know what happens next. As you open your eyes in Janina's arms, you see smoke all around you and darkness.
Oh, I kind of grip her again.
Okay, when I feel like Bea's gripping me, are you okay? What's wrong?
I was looking for an exit and to see what was happening.
Okay.
I relay what I saw about the outside of the house, about where it's less on fire, or at least we'd only have to cross through less fire to potentially get out. I don't tell her about Dominic.
That's good because, you know, if you told me, we would be looking for
know.
him.
And I know what you're like.
But I'm new. I'm Sabbat, Janina.
Okay.
But Bea doesn't know yet.
I don't know that. Yeah. But I try to relate to her.
Okay. In that case, I'll ask her if we are. Well, I guess Bea doesn't know like where we are exactly right now, so I just assume that I'll just follow what she said to me and what she saw and try to just reach the exit.
Roll your wits and survival to establish the directions. Difficulty will be 7.
Survival. Okay. 2 successes, 9 and 8.
9 and 8. Then you know where to go. Of the description, you recognize you've been to this room before. You were sneaking through those rooms, so you know how to get through the corridor that leads to the kitchen, and then another corridor that leads to the reading room you've been sneaking through and hiding from the revenants in. And you start heading in that direction. And as you turn the corner of the corridor, you see that you need to cross some flames to get to the room that might lead you to the exit. Then there are flames in front of you. It's not like the raging fire. The fire is just beginning to spread around the corridor.
Like, I don't know, like a closet or something that I could like put quickly in front of the fire and run through the closet, like on it before like the flames consumes it.
You can look for something, certainly. You can grab something from one of the rooms.
Yes, if there's like something like nearby that's big enough that we could like cross on it once I like put it in front of the fire. So we had like a clear path for a moment before like it's engulfed in flames. I'm not sure. Do fire, like in my mind, fire work like that? Like, I don't know.
Help yourself with it, definitely. So you pick up a piece of furniture. You can find that easily enough. Carry it. You don't need to roll for that. I know how strong Janina is. Do you leave Bea for it?
I will tell her what I'm doing, and so I'll just put her down for a moment and tell her just to stay.
I'm not going far.
I guess the man is still with us, so
the man is still there, kind of half moving, half crawling, half jumping on his
Okay.
not fully smashed leg, and he's still bleeding. And Bea, you're still
Oh, no.
hungry.
Yeah.
I'll get back to the scene.
Roll your self-control again, difficulty 5.
Okay, there's no ones there. That is 2 successes.
You control yourself.
For now.
Do you
I'm so
want to
proud.
take a drink anyway?
No. No, I don't think I shall. I think I sort of push those sort of feeling aside, and I think I offer him a hand to help him stabilize himself.
You do that, and he looks to you, confused by who you are, clearly.
It's fair.
But holding on.
And I watch Janina.
And Janina comes back carrying a chest of drawers that she places over the flames here. And I will still need a courage roll from the both of you to run through it. Difficulty 7.
Well, luckily I have 8 and 7. But it was like but I still would have like 1 success. But
Then you
yeah,
step
but
in
because
between
like 1 dice was
the flames into this brief, like very brief passage that has been created, and jump into the other room.
yeah.
You see in there is a body on the floor, bleeding, someone who has been shot.
Okay.
There is also some ashes on the floor here.
Okay. Well, I don't have time to care
Do
about
you
that
wish
right
to
now.
feed Bear?
I'm fully fed.
How
but,
close are we to the exit, do we think?
Close-ish.
I don't know that I want to waste time in
Okay.
case we don't have time to get out once I do that.
All right.
okay.
So-
If Bea doesn't want to feed, I'll tell her that I can feed her for myself if she will need it. That I'm fully fed right now.
We need to go.
Okay. Well, let's go, and then we continue.
Then you continue. You see that the walls here are burning quite heavily, and you run along the flames through this room into the next room, where you're getting close to where you think you should be able to exit. There should be a door there. And you see in the other room, standing there, Zimovit,
Oh no.
who you see has just drained someone, not looking quite like one of the ghouls here. And he looks around and notices you as you run.
Okay.
And
I'll
he
just-
gives a smile. And
Oh, no.
then notices Bea. And you see the hatred and contempt in his eyes.
For me or for her?
For Bea, clearly.
Okay. Okay. I'll just hold her closer and just give him a look like he knows that she's family and I'm not leaving her.
He turns to you. I have no quarrel with you, Janina. But the traitor responsible for this unspeakable affront must answer for it.
I'll try to be reasonable. I'll tell him, well, you know that she's not really responsible for it. She's, like you say, everyone in Camarilla are pawns. She's a pawn. It's not her fault. She didn't even remember that.
She did willingly betray us to the
No,
Camarilla and to our ancient enemies.
No,
Hand
she
her to
didn't.
me, and I
No.
will let you leave.
No, I will not do that. Do you want to fight again? I was starting to like you. Just let us leave. I don't care about the Camarilla. And I have no quarrel with you anymore. I just want to save my sister and to leave everyone. I don't care about anyone else. She's my sister. She's my family.
You see him waiting your words, looking to you. And then he says, I like you, Janina, and I respect you. And I will carry that memory with me of the brave stand that you took. And you see with that, he starts growing taller and his hands extend into claws. And you recognize those claws as similar to the ones you've seen on Arek that hurt you previously, and you know how deeply that it can hurt. And as body of Zimovit seems to extend, his muscles twist and shift under his skin, forming the patterns resembling braids of skin that he decorates himself with under his skin. His features turn sharper, distorted. His lips move back, revealing his fangs that grow longer. His skin turns this unnatural, grayish green shade that you think would fade easily into undergrowth and wilderness and not be seen. You see his
Basically,
hands
he's
and
turning into a
legs
predator.
growing, more muscles as he
Um,
prepares to
okay.
fight you.
Okay,
Do you want to, either of you, spend any blood to increase some of your stats?
Okay, just before like anything like happens, I think I would just like put Bea like behind me, and I just tell her to run because she won't help me, and that I love her. And I just tell her because like we are already close at the exit, so I just tell her to run.
This kind of takes me aback, and I sort of look at him in horror and look back to Janina, and I don't want to leave her here. But I would like to buff my dexterity.
I would say, since he's taking a moment preparing himself, you can spend 2 or 3 blood points on stats if you so wish.
I would.
Your maximum that you can raise things to is 6.
Okay. I don't have a huge amount of blood left. I guess I will spend 2 blood and end up on 4 and boost my dexterity to 5.
Janina, do you boost any of your stats?
What could I boost? My potency is already full. I don't.
No, you can boost like your strength, dex,
okay.
or
okay. In that case, I will boost my strength because I have 3. And how much blood does it cost?
1 per 1 level. You can raise it up to 6.
Okay. So I'll raise 2 strength, so 2 blood points.
Yeah.
Was it 2 or 3 we could spend?
You can spend 3 if you'd like.
I think I might spend a third and heal my wounded stat, so I'm only on a -1 penalty.
Do that.
Okay, that's fine. That's enough.
Then you're on 3 blood points.
Yes, I am.
No.
Okay.
A little spicy.
Frenzied Bell kills me.
Let's do it properly and roll initiative.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
So roll your wit and alertness. Janina, you have specialty. So if you have any 10s, they will count as doubles.
I don't.
And I'm going to roll for Zimovit.
I have 4.
I take? Sorry.
You take penalty on this, yes. Because it's a combined roll.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Sorry.
Okay, I have 4.
3.
4, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be Ziemowit, Janina, Bea.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna roll for the ghoul as well. Awareness. Those penalties.
I should have eaten them.
Yeah.
This is all Nastya's fault.
What?
If she let me diabolarize him, this wouldn't happen.
Now you have your chance.
We wouldn't be here.
I mean, you wouldn't be here.
Oh, that's true.
Janina, it's the beginning of the round.
Okay.
First question. Do you wish to, for the XP you've been hoarding, buy another dot of celerity?
Yeah, let's do it. Like I'm gonna do with it.
That's 15 XP.
Okay. How much is 33 minus 15?
Some.
18.
Okay, thank you. So that's my remaining points. Okay.
Beginning of the round. Do you wish to spend blood to have extra actions
I
from
will.
celerity? How much? It's 1 per 1 extra action.
2. I'll spend
2.
2.
So you're going to have 2 extra actions from celerity at the end of the round. Or you can use them to defend.
Oh, holy.
Let me start for Ziemowit.
Such a
So,
joke.
Ziemowit. Says, very well, Janina. I can reunite you with your loved ones.
Well, you can try, but I'm not sure.
And
You will-
before you manage to react, because he rolled better,
Okay.
he
good.
will take a swipe at you. Or actually, he reaches towards your chest.
I'll just. Can I react or?
You can react.
Okay. I'll just try to. Like crawl under. Like if he reaches, I just go down. So like he couldn't like reach me as fast. Well, depends. I mean.
Roll your.
I
Roll
hate
your
combat.
dex and athletics. You are using your celerity, so you're adding it. You're using it for extra rounds.
Okay, so I have 2 10s, 8 and 7. I forgot what the difficulty was.
6.
Okay, then I have 4 successes.
4 successes. I'm gonna roll for him.
He deserves no successes. I'm taking them all away.
Yeah.
He needs to go sit in the naughty corner.
Strength that he's rolling. Yeah, that's strength that he's rolling. Okay. 3. 6, 7. So you had how many? 4.
4.
Roll your soak. So that's your stamina and fortitude.
Okay, stamina. Okay, does tough as nails comes into it?
It would if you roll a 10. It will.
I did. I did. I have 8 and 10.
So, you will take 2 damage.
Okay, so
something in your chest moves and twists under his touch.
Okay.
And that is your go.
Okay.
Now you can do something.
So he's trying to, like, he has his hand in my chest?
On your chest.
Okay.
Like reaching towards you. He was trying to do something. It didn't work quite as well.
Okay, I'll try to hold his hand with both of my hands and like put him like over me, like on the ground.
So you want to overpower him.
Yes.
Okay. So
Oh my God.
um
Me with my 3 willpower.
I'm at 1.
roll your strength,
Okay.
roll, and potence.
Okay.
You can at any point spend a blood point for automatic successes from your potence.
Okay, I will do that.
Which is 5 automatic successes.
Okay. Where's the plus? Here. Here it is. Okay.
And roll your strength and roll.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna roll for Jimovic.
Okay, I have 2 10s and what was the difficulty? 6?
The difficulty is 6, yeah.
Okay, then I have 2 10s and 6 plus the 5 from the.
So how many do you have overall?
8.
8, okay. That's good. 3. Sorry, okay, yeah, he has that. Okay. I'm gonna roll for him to see if you manage to overpower him. You do.
Yes.
So he does actually fall to the ground and you're holding one of his hands.
Okay.
Bear.
Janina is kind of right in that I'm not really going to be able to assist physically. And I guess I'm kind of aware that the ghoul is here, although he is quite injured.
Throw him in front of on him a bit.
No, I think what I'm going to do is try to go get backup. So I am going to try and run towards the exit in the hopes that I will see, I don't know, one of the Tremere or something, someone else.
So you start running, you're spending your action running towards the
Yes.
exit. And the ghoul doesn't do anything yet.
He's just popcorn.
Yeah, well.
You think he's trying to follow you, but he's not quite. Or actually,
he's missing a leg, to be fair.
Yeah, actually roll that. You're quite injured too. Roll your dex and athletics. I'm gonna roll with his massive penalties. Let's do this properly.
Alrighty. Okay. 6 successes.
6 successes.
I rolled so many 8s here for some reason.
Then you are out of the room before he can do anything.
Right.
Janina,
Sorry.
you have 1 action left from
Okay.
celerity. What will you do?
Oh, okay, I'm holding his hand and have him pinned down. Sorry, I just crossed for.
Sorry, I actually did it wrong. You have a thing. He was first, so his celerity action comes first, actually.
Okay.
And because he's
That's
that. And he is going to, with his free hand that you did not grab, claw at you.
Okay.
Do you wish to spend your action to try to evade it?
I think I'll do what I did last time, and I'll just try to bite him in the neck. Unless
So that you will be doing that on your action.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take it.
Started.
Yeah.
You're not defending. I'm just gonna emphasize that he's dealing aggravated damage.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die fighting.
Damn it.
I thought that I need to tell you very,
Yeah, I know.
you know, so that you're fully aware that you're taking
Yes.
it all on you.
Yes.
Um,
I'm so mad if I live and you die.
7.
Janina wouldn't be mad.
There will be.
And his brawl. And his potence. And I'm gonna roll that. How much fortitude do you have?
I don't have fortitude. You mean stamina?
Don't you have 1 dot of fortitude?
You bought it.
Oh,
last
yeah,
time
I
when he was
do.
doing this.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Then roll it. Let's see.
So 1 dice.
Yes, he did not roll super well, so he doesn't have like.
Okay, I have 8.
So you will soak 1 aggravate. Let's see how many he deals.
Okay.
So maths is hard.
The worst.
Yeah, I really hate the combat. Like it's my least
7.
favorite part. So like confusing and
you're playing the
Mhm.
combat character.
And
I
you're
know.
playing a combat character.
In my mind, like it sounds fun. Like it is
Yeah.
fun. Like but
Oh my
all
God,
the
okay.
dicing isn't.
So much night. It's so much maths. So much
Then
night.
this
Yeah.
combat character takes 4 aggravated damage.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm at -2.
You
No,
are
yeah,
at
yeah.
Oh
-2.
boy.
Okay. Well,
And it is your celerity action now.
okay. Then I will try to, while he's like attacking me, I will just try to bite into his neck.
Roll your strength, brawl, and potence.
Mm. I will need to roll a few times because I don't have enough dice.
Just too competent at this.
Yes. Okay.
Hard
What
life.
was the difficulty?
The difficulty was
Mm.
6.
Then I have 6 successes.
Then you do actually, you manage to bite into him as he has his claw like ripping at your body.
Okay. And I'm starting to suck that sweet, sweet vita.
You can get 3 blood points. I'm gonna reduce his blood pool accordingly.
Does he lose control?
I'm gonna roll for that just now.
Fascinated.
I'm going to roll for that. Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
Alas,
Oh,
he doesn't seem lost in it. He had the successes and naturally spent willpower on this.
I'm shocked.
He shouldn't be allowed to spend willpower.
Boo.
Of course, he is allowed to spend willpower.
How dare.
No, he's not.
So it is his go. Beginning of the round, Janina. You can spend blood on one thing.
Okay.
You can, if you want, spend 5 blood points to heal one of your aggravates.
Yeah,
You
I'll do that.
can
Give me options, okay.
use it to power your celerity again for as many blood points and actions as you have.
Well, let's do that. I will power my celerity. That's more fun.
Okay, then you do that.
Um,
How much are you spending on celerity?
2. So
again.
I'm at 8. blood
All
points
right,
now.
okay, so you're gonna have 2 extra action. Yeah, of course he's gonna do that. Zimovit is going to claw at you again. Do you want to oppose this with one of your actions?
I want to continue drinking him. So I will just.
I mean, you can like still spend one of your actions to block his hand. It will be an
Okay.
opposed strength roll.
Okay, in that case, yes. Sorry,
Okay.
I know nothing about the combat, so I'm always
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
completely lost.
Yeah,
lost
that's
in
fine.
it.
That's
Thank
fine.
you
That's
for
fine.
always like explaining
Then
it.
roll your potence, strength, and roll. You can spend a blood point for automatic successes from potence if you wish.
Okay, yeah, I will.
So the
that's
5
first,
roll your
yeah.
strength and roll.
Okay, mine. I have to do, and then I have to reroll because I really just don't have enough dice. -2. Okay, I have 4 successes plus 5, so 9.
So 9 successes.
Yeah.
That is okay. Okay. Right. Let's roll. See how many he has.
He deserves nothing.
So it's a roll off.
Oh no,
Jesus
that's so
Christ.
many dice. I hate that. It was the
fine.
same.
Don't
last
roll your
time.
potence. That stays. Just
Okay.
your
Yeah, that's fine.
strength and roll. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So 5 successes.
So
Plus
you do
5.
manage to block him.
Well, that was tense.
What are you doing?
I'm continuing to suck this dick.
Oh my.
Christ.
You get
Sorry,
3 more
that
blood
was-
points.
I didn't think Janina was into that.
Yeah, she isn't, but you
She's
know.
discovering that right now. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm gonna stop.
Oh dear.
And Bear,
Hello.
you're running
Yeah.
into the next room. You see the fire raging in front of you. You will need to get through the fire to get out of the house. And in order to do that, you will need to roll courage, sorry.
okay.
Courage. I'm gonna say difficulty 9.
That's fair. Can't read my dice as per usual. I have 1 9.
So you can make yourself to run into the fire.
Well, I've practiced fire dancing twice now, so I guess we're just carrying on with that. Oh.
Please roll your fortitude.
Right. We're just taking damage here. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is gonna be to soak that. Oh my god.
Presuming high.
7. Let's go with 7.
Can I spend willpower to get an automatic success from fortitude?
Yes.
I might spend my last point of willpower on that.
Do that.
Cool. I have 1 success.
So you will take 1 aggravated damage.
Ow. Ow.
As you jump through the flames.
Ow. There's a yell as I go. I presume I land on the other side.
Yeah. How hurt are you right now?
I am at wounded, so -2. I still have
-2. Okay.
3 boxes left.
3 boxes left. Okay. Ziemowit has a first go in his celerity action.
Okay.
And he's going to attempt to push you off.
In that case, I'm gonna grab even more tighter around him.
There's going to be an opposed roll. Remember about your wound penalties.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. -2.
Then roll your strength, potence, brawl. You may wish to spend the blood point
Yes, I will.
for automatic successes from
Yes.
potence.
It's what I do. Oh my God, I hate so many. Like, I love having so many dice, but I also hate it. Okay.
Life is so hard. You're just too
3,
good at this.
4, and okay. 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 So what was the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be 6. It's an opposed roll.
Okay. Okay, then I have 5 successes from the potence and 5 from the roll.
Then 10. Let's see here. If he has that many. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you do manage to hold on to him.
And I'll continue drinking.
And it will be another round now.
Yeah.
What do you wish to do?
I will continue sucking him.
Okay. And he will once again, actually he will do something different this time. So he reaches, he places your, just like as you're holding him, he reaches into your body and starts molding something in there with vicissitudes.
Okay.
And I would say you can't, I mean, you can try to, I guess, hold him a bit differently and push him away from you with it.
Sorry again.
Like,
okay.
do you want to try to, pin him completely to the ground to oppose this as your one of your celebrity actions?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Roll your strength, potence, the same sort of deal.
Okay, strength -2. Okay, potence.
Strength.
Do I have to spend the willpower for the potence right now?
No, it's blood point. You don't have to, but you can.
Okay, but I will. Okay. So in that case, strength. Sorry, I'm doing hard doing math. Okay, so 3 and 5, 8.
8. Okay, sorry, I froze instead of rolling. So
That's amazing.
Oh, okay. 8. He does have 9.
Oh no.
So he does manages to do what he was going to do. Let's see.
I think he's already doing it because my body starts to hurt.
Oh
no. Just one extra die. And his strength. Roll your stamina and fortitude for me.
Okay. I have 10, 2 10s, 6, and 2 8s. Wait, do I have like penalties on this?
No.
Okay, in that case.
Tell me how many successes you have. Your 10s count double.
Okay, so I had 2 10s and like 5 successes. 7.
7.
Sounds right.
How many dice do you have on this?
I have 5 dice. 5 dice.
5 dice.
Yeah,
and they're all a success.
Yes, and I had like 2 10s.
2 10s. Okay, yeah, that checks out. That is 7.
Yeah, okay.
That is
Okay,
very
good.
much 7
I was
successes.
like, if I'm.
No, you're good, you're good. So you feel the pain and something shifting, but it doesn't really hurt you.
Okay, at least I'm pushing all my pain away. Is it?
And
my
you can
turn now?
get 3 more blood
That's
points.
good. How many blood pool does this jug has?
A lot.
Oh no. I'm gonna be here after next night unless I die.
Speaking of blood pools, Bea, you ran into the hallway. You do see the exit engulfed in flames ahead of you. You see the bodies here on the floor, some shot bodies of ghouls. And I will need you to roll self-control with difficulty 6. Sorry, with difficulty 6. And you can only have as many dice as you have blood points currently.
Okay, that's exciting. Let's find out. After oh no, that's a 4, not a 1. Okay, then I have 2 successes.
You have 2 successes, then you do not frenzy.
Good. I think I should probably feed because I need to heal at least some of my wounds before I make another attempt at any fire. So yeah, I guess I'm going for one of the bodies.
So you're going for one of the bodies and start drinking. Hell, roll your self-control again just to see whether you will frenzy now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
As you're
still
drinking.
Is it
Yeah,
still?
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
For hunger, it's limited by how much you have in your blood pool.
1 success. So barely.
1 success.
But just
Then
about.
you start drinking and you are in control. You can take 3 blood points this turn.
Wonderful.
Janina, what do you wish to do with your blood expenditure this turn?
Can you give me the options, please?
The same as always. Celerity, healing, raising your stats.
I'm gonna heal this turn.
So you need to spend 5 blood points.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. So I didn't have -2 penalty.
Okay, so you heal 1 aggravated damage. And you will only have 1 action. Zimowit will attempt to push you off.
Well, he can try.
He can try. So to keep holding him and keep drinking, roll your strength, potence.
Can I spend a willpower for my
blood
potence?
point.
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry. Okay.
For automatic successes
yeah.
from potence.
Okay, so okay.
And roll.
Okay, 3 successes. So 8.
8 successes. Okay, I'm gonna roll his blood pool. Not his blood pool, sorry, his dice pool.
I need someone to come in with an axe and chop his head off.
You need someone to ask him a question.
You do manage to hold him in place for that round
Okay.
and get 3
No, good.
points.
I need
more blood points.
them now.
And I'm gonna make a roll. Huh. Okay. Bear. You've drank 3 blood points.
Yeah. If I spend, I'm at 6. If I spend 1 blood, that won't clear the aggravated. Does the aggravated just kind of?
Yeah, it
stick
just
at
kind
the
of
top?
moves up. Yeah.
Cool. In which case I will spend 1. Actually, I'm going to spend 2 and clear 2 of the non-ag damage. So I'm just at the top of the -1s. So I'm just hurt rather than wounded. But
Okay.
cool. Right. So that is now where the ag is sitting. That's fine. And I'm going to make an attempt for the entrance.
You're making an attempt for the entrance. So that's again running through fire. That's again a courage roll.
Yeah.
Difficulty 9.
I have 1 9.
Then you manage to run through the fire. Roll your fortitude.
Oh God! And I don't have any willpower left. What's my difficulty?
It's 6.
I have a 6.
Then you take 2 aggravated damage.
Okay. Right back to where I started, but that's fine.
And you are outside
Oh my
of
God.
the house.
Oh God. Yeah, great.
Now forget about Janina and just run.
No! I'm looking to see if there's anyone out here.
We'll get to that.
Yep, that's what I figured.
So, Janina, you did not use celerity. You do not have an extra action. He does. You feel. You see his eyes. Get this animalistic feel. You see him bare his fangs even further as he claws at you with his strength.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a roll. I'm gonna give him higher difficulty because you are holding him. How much damage do you have right now?
I'm at -1, I think. Yeah.
But which -1?
And I have like 1 aggravated left from him.
Sorry? Faye, you're muted.
Yes, you're muted.
I was going to say there's two -1s, is the first or the second.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have the second.
Yeah, that would make sense because you took 4 damage. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna roll for his damage. Roll your fortitude. Do you wish to spend willpower or on an automatic success from it?
Yes, let's do it. And good, I did.
So what do you have? You have 1.
No, I have 5.
1 success, you mean?
Yeah, 1 success from like what I spent the blood point on it, because when I rolled my fortitude, I didn't have any success.
Right.
So
I'm
I have
gonna
like
roll
1 success.
for him.
It's too much
See
like
how
math.
well I'm rolling. I haven't rolled super well for him so far.
Can you stop?
No, I haven't rolled super well.
I think he still rolls too well for my taste.
Right. So you had one success.
Yeah.
You will take
Mm,
4. Can you
Uh,
take 4?
So I'm incapacitated right now.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh no.
So you're incapacitated,
Well,
pinned with the claws,
now it's up to you, Bea.
as Ziemowit. You see his frenzied eyes and frenzied expression as he now turns and pins you to the floor with his claws. And is gonna start drinking.
We just like drink each other's blood like besties.
Yeah. Janina, how much blood do you have right now?
7.
7. We'll come to you.
Thanks, I hate it.
At least I'm gonna be with Daniel.
God
Or
damn
no,
it.
what Daniel wasn't. He wasn't deodorized. So with Mara.
Yeah, great.
Bea, you are outside.
Yeah.
You
Can I
hear gunshots. You hear howling of the dogs. You see somewhere, you think, silhouettes engaged in combat outside.
God. I guess I sort of run in the direction I saw people coming from, like the Camarilla people coming
You
from.
see that there's cars parked outside.
I guess I'm running towards the cars to see if anyone's there.
You get to the cars. There's a driver, a ghoul driver. But you see that everyone has gone somewhere. They're not in the cars.
I guess I'm going to run at some of the fighting and try to find someone. Kind of, if I can hear where the gunshots are coming from, I'm heading towards that.
All right. So you're heading in that direction. Janina. Ziemowit bites into you and starts drinking. Lose 3 blood points.
Honestly, okay. Yeah, I was just thinking how much is like 7 minus 3, you know? That's where I'm at.
4.
Yeah.
And he drinks a bit, and you see he is in frenzy, but he seems more in control that you could expect. He's enjoying it. He's savoring it. He looks you in the eyes and says, you fought well, Janina. But soon you'll be back with that pathetic creature who called herself Mara. She loved you, you know, thought of you in her dying moments. He says as he bites back into you, and please roll your self-control.
Fail.
Difficulty 9.
Yeah, it's a botch.
It's a botch. Then you do also go into frenzy, which means you do not have wound penalties.
Okay.
God,
and
it's a fun day when I'm excited for you frenzying.
and everything goes red. But I'm gonna ask you, Dolores, to roll some dice for me, please.
Okay, that's not fair. I should not be.
You're cursed with maths.
Yeah.
Roll
okay.
your strength and brawl.
I'm at -5, so
No,
so
you don't. You're
Okay.
not, because you're in frenzy and you don't have wound
Oh,
penalties.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm just already like so tired. So 3 and 4 is 7. That's my curse number. Okay. What's the difficulty?
6.
Okay, then I have 4 successes.
4
6,
successes,
7,
and
9.
I'm gonna roll for him. Also, spend a blood point.
Okay.
As you get 5 successes from potence.
Okay.
Rolling. I just should keep his on hand.
I just think Zhemovich should just perish in the explosion.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't in the
Well,
room.
he should be. He should be.
Something happens. You are not sure. Beatrice Woźniak.
Oh shit. Hi. Right. I'm running at some gunshots. A choice.
You're running towards there. You do see Zoya, who's bloodied, and she's in a fight with Ines, the Assamite, who is also hurt, and they're staring at each other, circling each other, moving very quickly. Edging on the side of the fire, almost trying to maneuver each other into the flames.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to
she won't
remember.
help.
No, I'm trying to remember how Dementation 2 works. I think they need to be paying attention to me for that. So they're a bit busy.
You
sorry.
see some of the revenants who are dispersing, running around, some shooting, taking a shot at Zoya, some fighting Enosferatu, you don't know.
Okay.
You see Mr. Cernovsky, who is looking at something within the house, within the flames, and he's speaking the words that are twisting reality.
Right.
What did you hope for? What are you feeling? What are you thinking?
I am feeling just a huge amount of just despair. I'm angry at him. But I'm just desperate to find someone who can help Janina, but it seems like everyone's busy, shockingly. And I just wonder if like the Nosferatu who's in the fight, are they sort of like winning their fight with the Revenant, or are they having any
Yeah, they
difficulty?
seem to be.
Okay. Is there anyone else like getting involved in that fight who
No one you know.
Okay.
Well, you don't know this Nosferatu either.
I don't know them at all. Okay, so I can't even tell if they're Camarilla, I guess.
I mean, they appear to be.
Probably, but
they're fighting on your side.
That's a good point. God, my brain's turned to mush at this point. Yeah, no, the Sabbat's just fighting the Revenants casually. God. Right. Sorry, this is me, the player's brain turning to mush. I guess I run to Mr. Sonovsky, actually. And I shout for him that Zhemovit is in there fighting Janina. And she needs help. I don't know that he's necessarily going to help, but he's He's the person that I know who, whilst he's busy doing his creepy magic at the house, maybe having a target will catch his attention. So yeah, I run up to him and I yell that Janina.
So you run up to him,
yes,
yelling. Meanwhile, Janina, you can gain 3 blood points.
Yay. At least I'm back at 7.
And roll your strength. And roll again and spend 1 blood point for potence.
Okay. Yeah.
No wound penalties for you.
Okay. Then I have 8 successes.
8 successes. Let's see. Then you don't lose more blood.
That's good.
Ominous. Oh fuck. Yep. I take it Mr. Swanovsky doesn't really react.
Mr. Swanovsky finishes something that he was doing, and you see on the other side of the house, shielded by the flames, emerging Ivan, who walks out of the flames. And you see inside the house, well, your perception and alertness, actually, as you're observing the scene.
There's so much happening.
Oh, there's so much happening.
There is a lot happening. Difficulty 8.
1 success.
1 success. Then you do see inside the house, through the flames, through the rubble, a winged shape of bones and muscles with claws extended, ripping through the chest of the other Tremere that you saw, pushing him deeper into the fire, almost tearing him to shreds as Ivan emerges. Mr. Swanovsky turns to you, but is fixated on that scene.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave him to that, I think.
You do also catch, as you look through the flames, a glimmer on the ground somewhere behind the flames of a saber that Lucian had with him.
Shit. I turn to go help the Nosferatu, because I'm not leaving Janina, but until they're free, I don't think I'm going to get anyone else to help.
So you turn to join the fight against the Revenants.
Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't it better as a caterpillar?
It was so much better as a caterpillar. This free will thing's terrible.
Janina, roll for me your strength and roll.
Can I
And spend 1 more blood point.
Okay, now I lost. Like I'm sorry. I'm just very tired. Without the wound penalties.
Without the wound penalties, yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, I have 9 successes.
9 successes. I'm gonna see what happens. Sorry, I'm also tired, and I'm rolling a lot
Everyone's
of
tired.
dice as well. No, it's good. It's good. 9 successes. Then you keep drinking.
Yum, yum.
Has he got any blood left?
Well, we'll see.
Oh God.
Can I add any blood points or not? Like if I keep
Yes,
drinking?
at
Yeah,
2
okay.
blood points.
Okay,
No, actually,
then-
sorry, at 3. What am I saying? 3.
Okay. Okay, then I'm back at 8. That's fine. If you just saw like my sheet where I'm writing stuff, it's a mess.
There, you attack one of the revenants.
Yeah.
What do you wish to do?
Am I able to pick up like
Yeah,
any debris off the ground or anything?
yeah, you can pick up a knife or something.
Wonderful.
There's stuff lying around.
Okay. Does my dexterity from earlier still my boosted dexterity
Sure,
from earlier?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just heard dexterity.
Thank you.
I would
Dolores,
like
for
to
the
roll
inputs.
dexterity. Is it dexterity and melee to stab?
Yes.
I
It's
would
gonna
like
be-
to stab.
Then stab. Roll
I
your stabbing.
I have stability. Ability.
If you have any penalties, have them.
I sure do have some penalties. 3 successes.
Then roll your damage, which is gonna be 2 extra die, your strength, and 2 for the knife.
2 successes. 2 is for strength and
6 altogether.
okay, sorry. Just to continue, we're all tired.
Yeah, that's fair.
3 successes again.
Then you wound one of the revenants quite badly, but he is going to turn to you and cut at you as well. And I'm gonna make a roll for him with penalties. So that's with penalties. Roll your stamina and fortitude for me, please. Two. Then you will take 2 damage.
Oofed. I'm not looking great, guys. Okay.
What are you at now?
I am at crippled.
Which
I'm
is
at -5.
-5. Okay. Then you feel the pain as the knife stabs into you, and you feel in how bad condition you are again.
He also has stability. Oh, dear.
Janina, please roll for me. What the hell do you want to spend?
Yes,
A point of
course I
blood
do.
point.
I'm not crazy.
Then spend 1 blood point.
Even when I'm frenzied.
And roll your strength.
So as usual, and brawl.
No, just your
Okay.
strength.
Okay. In that case, 8, 7, 10.
8, 7, 10. So 8 successes overall?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll come back to you.
Oh.
There. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm desperately trying to remember what my abilities are.
You are generally in a fray of fighting. There's a couple of people around.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do much else other than defend myself at this point. Wandered in at a bit of a bad time.
Do you aim to defend yourself?
Yeah, I think I do, because I'm fucked otherwise.
Then roll your dex and melee. You don't have willpower.
I do not.
Then you cannot spend it to ignore will penalties.
I
Roll
cannot.
with your penalties, your dex and
Oh,
melee.
fuck. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, because I'm at -5 now.
Sorry, no, not melee. Your athletics.
Got you.
I don't know if it makes it better.
It's fine. I'd just completely forgotten what my damage penalties were, but I've now remembered, and not great. I have 2 successes on the 2 dice I was rolling.
And I'm gonna roll for this person. And you managed to defend, actually.
Oh, thank God.
Janina, roll your strength again. Do you spend another blood
Yes,
point?
I will.
Pro forma, roll your strength.
Okay, I have 2 9s on the dice.
Then you keep drinking.
Can I
And
add more?
drinking.
If I can, like, add any blood points?
No, there's no more blood. It's not blood that you're drinking.
Oh, good. He
It's a
deserved
spicy
that.
roll.
How much blood do you
good.
have?
6.
6, okay. All right.
Finally.
Then we'll come to you the next scene. Bear, defend or attack.
Can I choose to spend blood to heal one of my not ag damage?
Yes,
I would like to do that.
of course.
So that I'm not I'm not at -5. And then I would like to attack. And I want to just stab him if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Is still 6 difficulty for this?
Yes, it's difficulty 6.
I have got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
4.
Yes.
Then 7 dice. Roll your damage.
Is it 6 again?
6 again.
That is 5 successes.
Then you stab him, and he isn't dead, but he falls to his knee, still attempting to defend.
Cool.
Janina, you regain consciousness.
Okay.
You're standing. Well, actually, you're on the ground.
Okay.
In the ashes of what was Zimovit.
I think there's a sense of pride.
Before that, I will need to ask you to roll
no.
for conscience.
Okay. It's with no penalties, right?
No penalties on that, no.
I have I know success. I don't care.
You don't care. Lose 1 humanity. That's actually really appropriate.
Yeah.
You do not care that you drank his soul.
Yeah.
Taking him
He deserved
forever with you.
I
And you're
wanted
lying there. How much damage do you have right now?
I was at 5. No, I was incapacitated with like aggravated damage.
So you are incapacitated with aggravated damage.
I'll just
fire
laying
is
there
raving.
in the ashes.
And what do you feel as you feel the heat of the fire of the burning house approaching?
Can I heal myself to not be incapacitated?
You can for 5. Do you have any lethal damage? Or do you just have aggravate?
I'm not sure, honestly, because like I only put in the
I think
minus.
you might only have aggravate at this point.
Because like before this fight, I didn't have any damage, so
Okay.
I think it's aggravated.
Well,
pretty
if you spend willpower for 5 blood points, you can heal an aggravated damage.
Okay, so I would be at -5 success, and I
Yes.
could like walk. Okay. Then I'll do that.
How
Just
much
let me-
blood do you have left?
6, so I will have 1.
You will have 1 blood point.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna be a walking danger.
Yes, you are going to
I'm in
be.
danger.
2 willpower and 1 blood point, but I'm alive.
Spicy.
You are alive and you are surrounded by fire.
I mean, technically, we're all dead.
I know, but you know.
And
I still have-
please roll your courage with difficulty 9.
Okay. I
Do you
have-
wish to spend willpower on this?
No, but I
To
didn't
be in
get it.
control.
I had
and
9
not-
and 10.
9 and 10. All right, so you are in control.
fine.
You feel everything in you panicking.
Yes, but I'm just relishing in the pride, sense of pride that I killed that bastard. And I think when I'm like getting up, I just talk to the ashes and tell him that you were a loser.
You feel satisfied and happy.
Yes, because I wanted to do this for a long time, and it feels good. And I start walking towards the exit.
Yeah, so there are flames in front of you.
Okay.
And you will need to run through flames.
Okay.
You are not in a good condition.
Okay. Well, what else do I have to? I'm not going to be standing here waiting after my victory, and nobody knows about my victory.
You run.
So
fast
you
enough, the
run.
bugs can catch you.
Through the fire.
Yes.
You
Try.
passed your raw track roll, so that's fine. Then please roll your fortitude. Do you wish to spend willpower on an automatic?
Yes.
Success?
I will. I only have like 1 willpower left now, but it's worth it.
Join me on 0.
Okay,
Roll
good.
your fortitude.
I had 3, so 1 success.
One success from willpower. I'm
Yeah.
gonna see. You will take 2 aggravated damage.
Okay, so I just collapse in torpor right as I walk through that
Oh,
fire.
You do collapse
Oh no.
in torpor as you emerge from the fire.
I need someone to see.
Well, you're
me.
not in torpor, sorry. You're incapacitated. You're conscious.
Okay.
There. You are fighting.
I'm gonna just get a drink quickly.
Yeah, no worries.
It's fair.
Do
I
you
take
want
it.
to?
I take it. I can't see that happening in the background.
No, because you ran to the other side of the house.
Yeah, fair. Okay, in which case, yes, I want to try and finish the guy in front of me because
Go for it.
it's him or me at this point. So yeah,
Go for it. He's gonna try to defend, and you roll your attack. He's rolling terribly. You just stab him.
Oh, thank God.
Roll your damage.
Okay, so that is my strength. Is it 1 per success, or is it how many bonus? Is it 2 from the knife?
2 from the knife.
2 from my
You
strength.
had 2 successes.
Yes.
So you have 1 extra die because he botched.
Wow.
And your strength, yeah.
I have a 7 and an 8.
2 successes. So you cut him, but it doesn't appear to do much.
Oh,
Janina, you're lying there on the edge of the fire, not able to move. You see the flames approaching you as they start spreading
I will
on
probably just.
the melted snow that has now dried out and the grass underneath.
I'm trying
What's
to.
running through your head? What are
Oh.
you feeling and thinking?
I'm glad to be outside and smelling a bit of fresh air, and even though now it's like getting with smoke, but still there. I'm sure there's like still some like freshness left. So I'll just probably just look around at the sky. Sorry, it was an attack. And I'm just. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can like make expressions, but if I can, I'm like smiling because I won, and I'm still like relishing in that. So, and I hope that they are safe. And Nastya. Yeah.
And you see, as the flames approach you, coming towards you, Nastya, who leans over you and takes you in her arms. You see that she's covered in blood and ashes. She is hurt. There is a burn on the side of her face, but she picks you up and carries you further away from the flames.
But I think I just enjoy the presence of her.
Don't worry. I will get you to safety.
But I think there's like part of me that wants to say, but I still finally did what you didn't let me do last time. Yeah.
And she carries you away from the house and away from the fighting.
Okay, that's fine. I'm in no capacity to fight or like try to search for Belle, so I just let her do whatever she wants.
Bea, are you trying to finish off that revenant?
yes.
Roll
Really.
your attack.
4 successes.
3 plus your strength. Well, actually, sorry, I should roll for his attack. That's a roll off.
Oh God.
Doesn't have many die, but he has some.
Oh damn. 4 successes.
4 successes. Then take 3 of those.
2 for strength, 2 for knife.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
I'm starting to get it.
3 successes. He doesn't appear to be affected.
God. Oh.
Roll your wits and alertness.
You need to frenzy.
Yeah. With my penalties, that is this. I have 110.
And you see someone else, another revenant who's been a bit further away, getting ready to take a shot at you from a distance.
Can I try to get away?
You can try to get away. You can try to run.
I will try to run then, or at least dodge.
You can't really dodge
I don't
a
bullet.
bullet.
Yeah, so
But
if I
you
can-
running will
yeah.
make it more difficult for
Yeah.
him.
or if there's
to
anything I
hit
can
you.
duck behind.
The Revenant in front of you.
Oh, fuck it, why not?
Roll your dex and athletics with difficulty 9 to see if you do it quickly enough
Yeah, that's fair.
to use him as a bit of a cover, which will make it more difficult for the other guy to hit you.
Yeah.
To start kissing him.
No. I have standards and they're not that.
Yeah. You need a sheriff.
Difficulty 9, you said, so that's 1 success.
1 success. So you do manage to duck, and I'm going to make a roll for this person to see how well, whether he manages to hit you on a higher difficulty. He does not.
Does he shoot his friend though?
No.
Okay.
He didn't dodge that.
Well, damn.
He's hiding there. You see the Nosferatu, who was somewhere nearby, pushes to the ground the Revenant that you've been fighting.
Okay.
Clearly going in for drinking in frenzy.
Okay.
And you see in front of you the house shake and the walls collapsing. And you see emerging from the fire and the ruin a winged shape made of bones and muscles and tendons soar into the sky from the ruin of the house and the flames.
Does it look like it's flying away or coming back round? Or is that unclear?
It's unclear at the moment.
Okay.
You see Mr. Cernovsky focus, trying to use his abilities and twist reality as Even charges at him.
I think I'm afraid. And I think that Roman's words that he said to me of it's better to succeed or fail your mission, but survive. And I think I run.
And you run. Do you use your gifts to hide yourself?
Yes.
Then you start running, hiding yourself. And where do you run to? What's your, just away from it at the moment?
Yeah. Depending on sort of what direction is sort of like more feasible, then it's either towards the cars or the shed that I knew of.
You could make it to the shed, get over the fence,
Yeah.
and run for the shed.
Okay.
So you start running, leaving all of it behind. Do you turn around?
I think I do look back over my shoulder.
Then you do see the burning house and you see the winged shape soaring higher into the sky until it disappears among the stars.
I'm slightly relieved that it's at least not in view, but that doesn't make me feel safe.
So you run for shelter as you, Janina, are being carried deeper into the woods, away from the fire and from the shouts and gunshots by Nastya.
Mm.
And I think we will wrap up for tonight, and we will have the finale next week. Thank you both so much.
Thank you so much. It's fun.
Thank you
Next
to everyone who's been watching.
Yes.
We really appreciate you being here with us. Because we are wrapping up the Chronicle, we will be back next week. So on the 10th or 9th,
And I think it's
I'm going to open my calendar and see. It will be
Yes.
the 10th of December, 6:30 p.m. GMT. We hope you will join us for the conclusion of the story and an epilogue to the story of Bea and Janina. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you hopefully next week. And until then, keep well and good night.
Good night.
Right.